Life didn't suddenly fall apart. Nothing dramatic happened. But somehow, everything now takes more energy than it used to. Simple tasks feel heavier. Decisions take longer. Even rest doesn't always restore you the way it once did. You're still functioning, still working, still moving through life, but it feels harder. And if you've been quietly wondering why, this video is for you. Most people don't talk about this openly, because from the outside, life looks normal. You have responsibilities. You manage your days. You show up where you're supposed to. Yet internally, there's a constant sense of effort. Getting through a normal day feels like it costs more than it used to. Not emotionally dramatic, just quietly exhausting. And that creates confusion. Because when nothing is clearly wrong, it's hard to explain why everything feels harder. Many people assume this means something is wrong with them, but this experience is far more common than it appears. The world has changed in subtle but powerful ways, not just through events, but through how daily life is structured. There is more information than ever, more decisions, more uncertainty layered into ordinary choices. In the past, life offered clearer rhythms. You worked, rested, planned, and expected some stability in return. Today, effort and outcome don't always feel connected. You can do everything right and still feel behind. That quiet disconnect increases mental load. And mental load is exhausting, even when nothing dramatic is happening. What makes this especially difficult is that the weight is mostly invisible. There's no single problem you can point to. Instead, it's the accumulation of small pressures, constant updates, constant comparison, constant adaptation. Life now asks you to adjust more often, while offering fewer clear signals that you're moving in the right direction. Over time, this creates fatigue, not from failure, but from constant adjustment. That's why even simple things can begin to feel heavy. Many people notice something confusing. Even after resting, they don't feel fully restored. That's because this exhaustion isn't only physical, it's cognitive. When your environment constantly demands attention, decisions, and adaptation, rest alone doesn't always reset the system. This doesn't mean you're weak. It means your energy is being spent in places that aren't always visible. And that changes how effort feels. Here's a perspective that helps many people. Life feeling harder doesn't always mean life is worse. Often, it means life has become more complex. Complex systems require more internal processing, more awareness, more judgment, more self-regulation. What you may be feeling isn't burnout, but the cost of navigating a more layered world. When you see it this way, the narrative begins to shift. Struggle doesn't automatically signal failure. Fatigue doesn't automatically mean something is wrong with you. Sometimes it simply means you're responding normally to a heavier environment. Recognizing that can reduce the pressure to constantly fix yourself. If everything feels harder than it used to, you're not alone, and you're not broken. You're living inside a world that quietly demands more, often without acknowledging the cost. If this reflection helped you understand your experience a little more clearly, consider subscribing for more explorations of how modern life shapes how we feel.